What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sucks to Suck Productions, and today we're going over this whole random Secret Lair drop that Wizards popped on us the other day. On my TikTok, I made a little short form video going into what I thought the purpose of it was. Um, but you got to keep those clips short, so I want to kind of expound on my thoughts here, go over what happened and why I think it happened. And I think it's multiple layers to why it happened. But anyway, Monday, sitting at work, get an email, Secret Lair Drop. Something it says something about Lorwyn, and I'm like, what? Are we gonna get an actual Lorwyn Secret Lair Drop? That'd be fantastic. Be very happy with that. Pull up the email. I screen capped it because I don't want y'all seeing all my business on my inbox. But this is the important part of it. It's 4 cards. It says Chaos Vault is where we like to try new approaches to how a Secret Lair drop is offered. This time you're going to see a lot of the same drop at a lot of different prices. This is very much on purpose, we promise. All Prince Charming listings, including non-foil and foil editions, offer the same drop at every price point. The only difference between listings is the price, and higher priced options do not include anything extra. Prince Charming brings a woodblock inspired story book take to Lorwyn from Kathleen Neely, Roman Klonek, Pedro Orbide, Sophie Hollington, a plane defined by cycles of light and shadow. Did the person who came up with this sale come from Lorne or Shadowmoor? We'll ask around and find out. Okay, whatever. Little whimsical description here. So I'm like looking at, okay, well, what cards are even included in this, right? You got a Dryad Arbor, Nature's Lore, Scry Shall Claim, and what else? You're looking at maybe $4 in value if you look at the cheapest possible printing you could get of these cards on like TCG Player, right? So not much value here. This is 100% any value in this drop is based in the art alone. And don't get me wrong, the art's pretty cool. A lot of people don't like these because they're hard to read if you're actually playing with them. But if you collect special art of cards, like this might be up your alley. So I was like, you know what? Let's go take a look at it. So, of course, everything looks sold out now. But you pull up the Chaos Vault, and you had the same product. Of course, the window wants to lock up on me when I'm trying to show y'all something. Well, until it frees itself up. There it goes. You had the same drop, multiple price points. You had it at $9.99 and $19.99. That was like your base price. And as each cheap tier sold out, you could pay the next price up and still get the same product. So the big mystery of it all was like, why is Wizards doing this? And I had multiple thoughts as to why. I've got the more sinister thoughts because we all know how greedy Hasbro is. And then I've got the more proactive thoughts, what Wizards might be doing here. I tried to get in just to see if I could grab it because cardboard crack. Got in line. It's a little short wait, like 15-minute wait. By the time I got in, the cheapest tier level was already sold out. I'm not paying more than that for these cards. And hindsight 2020, I wouldn't have gotten it anyway because turns out shipping was like $15. They got rid of their USPS option, I guess, and I'm not paying $15 to ship a $19.99 foil bundle for $4 worth of cards. Like there's multiple levels of insanity in that. But sure enough, it sold out very quickly. What was interesting is the most expensive tier sold out very quickly too. So, here's my thoughts on all of it, right? Why did Wizards do this? I think, like I said, there's multiple layers to this. The first layer is bots. They're figuring out how to control bots because the big issue right now is real fans can't get the cards because scalpers snatch them up. And Wizards usually wouldn't care about that, but they're already facing negative media. The fans are complaining. They're facing this lawsuit. just doesn't look good for them. So if they can combat bots and have more people, true fans, feel like they've got a chance at getting the product, that would look good on them if they're taking action to stop the bots from scooping everything up. And what it seems like to me is a lot of these bots are programmed to just get the most expensive item, right? Because, like, for instance, with the Fallout drop, you could get each individual set and non-foil or foil, or you could get the everything bundle, which is the most expensive item. And I'm guessing the bots, in a lot of cases, which to me seems true, snatched up the most expensive tier first and didn't go after the lower tier because they thought it was a cheaper, lesser product. But knowing what I know now from the lawsuit, that with Magic 30, which we already knew this, but now it's been confirmed through the lawsuit, that Magic 30, they put it up for sale and took it down within, I think it was an hour. I wasn't in the whole game community at that point. But they took it down within like an hour and basically said like no longer available for sale. But they were alluding to like it sold out. But now we know it didn't sell out because it was doing so poorly. Wizards pulled it down from sale, and then all those cards wound up in a landfill somewhere in Texas. So is there a chance that Wizards pulled down the most expensive one to make it seem like it sold out? You just never know with these guys, right? You just never know these days. I think there's more to it, though. I think it was a test of, we've been, accused of just dropping crap products whenever we want to. Parachute, I think is the term that they used in the lawsuit, right? Parachute in a product to pull in a bunch of extra revenue all at one time. And it's almost like a test to see, even with all this bad press, even with all the drama, what if we just drop a very low value Secret Lair on a random Monday? Drop something that has $4 worth of cards. Let's charge $9.99 and $19.99 for non-foil and foil at the cheapest level. Still charging $15 for shipping, right? How many fans are willing to jump in line, wait to queue up? They can see how many people queued up and spend that much money on a lackluster product that doesn't hold value. And I mean, from what I can tell, lots of people. Now, how many were available? I read online that somebody was able to access how many were available at each tier. But as you can see here, it's sold out at every tier. Was this collectors? Was this scalpers? Who knows? You go check eBay. You go check TCG Player. These things are already listed at stupid high prices. So for sure the scalpers got in there and dipped their toes in this one. But I felt like it was almost a test of like, can we just throw slop out there? The slop that all these angry fans and angry content creators are talking about, and it still sell out? And guess what? It did. It did sell out. I don't know. And then they just announced today the big Dungeons & Dragons drop that's coming, which is massive, super expensive. Got some cool cards in there. But, they do the thing they usually do where they put a couple of low-value cards. They put some stuff that might have a little medium value, and then they put something somebody's really going to want. But they wouldn't dare put all the cards that somebody would want in the same drop. They got to split them out to entice you to buy every drop. And I think that comes out next week. Like, it's just nonstop. It's nonstop. But yeah, I think there's a lot to it. It's the test the market. See how many people are still lined up to buy, even inferior product. See what the bots are doing. Kind of test the water and see how many fish bite the bait. Is the Magic community really that mad? That's the problem with outrage in general, right? Everybody's, we're going to boycott. And this is with anything in life. We're going to boycott. But then the product drops and it still sells. And I think this might have also been a way for them to check the temperature, right? Like, all this drama is being posted about and all this hateful comments and rhetoric are being talked about Hasbro's and Wizards and fatigue and people are going to get tired of this product. And I think they wanted to see, like, is the market really mad at us right now? And this proved they weren't. The D&D product, I think when it drops, it's gonna sell. I mean, there's some cool, like the Displacer Kitten art is freaking awesome. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's too much, too fast, all the freaking time. You had Lauren just come out, then you had freaking all the spoilers for Strixhaven start. And then, of course, the Turtles got spoiled and the Lauren pre-release kits. They're getting you hyped up for Marvel already. They're getting you hyped up for Star Trek's even starting to be talked about. Then they're dropped the Fallout Secret Lair. Now they're dropped this Secret Lair. Then they're dropping the Dungeons and Dragons Secret Lair. And it's like, how much product can y'all just consistently dump? And right now it looks great because it's all selling. I mean, everything's selling. People are buying it up. But they will hit a point of market saturation and market fatigue, and it will go against them. And I hope it doesn't dramatically hurt the game in the process. I wouldn't care if the bottom fell out on value. Right, I've had some of these cards over here in my collection since I was 12. And am I like, oh, that's worth $100? Am I selling it? No. It's still sitting here in my collection, right? So I don't care if the value falls out because eventually it'll go back up for the things that are actually worth it. But I don't want lasting damage to be done to the game where the people, the true players of the game, not these speculators, not the scalpers, but the true players, don't get sick of it and go somewhere else. And on my opinion, Magic is the best TCG of all time. It's the father where everything else was born from it. And I feel like Wizards feels like because they are the best game, mechanics, all that good stuff, that they feel like the true Magic fans will never leave. But I'm sure Konami felt that way with Yu-Gi-Oh! And look at Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't play it, I don't follow it, but I've talked to a lot of players that have started playing Magic or One Piece or Gundam, and they hopped over there from Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Yu-Gi-Oh! Just got so broken, and there's just zero value in the cards, all that stuff. And I don't want to see Magic go that way. Because I talk a lot of mess, I make a lot of critical videos, but I truly love this game. I love the community that this game has brought me, friends that I've made that I would have never met anywhere else in life. But we all just happen to like this card game and hang out at the same game shop. And we all got locked in together. I think Magic and The Gathering are fantastic. And I want this game to last another 30 years. I want to watch young people keep coming in and play it. And I don't want a greedy corporation to destroy this thing I love. But I think I've rambled on long enough. Please like, follow, subscribe, all that stuff. I'm trying to get this channel going. And any engagement helps. I make a lot of shorts. I try to make funny memes. I try to make quick little clips, pack openings, all that fun stuff. And I'm going to try to make more consistent long-form content because, A, that's what gets long-term views to build a channel. And B, I've got a lot of thoughts about a lot of things, and maybe somebody wants to hear them or argue with me. Either way. But I'm done rambling. It's late. Going to bed. I got work tomorrow. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.